Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys if you had any questions for me that were like fall related and stuff like that, so we could have like a little chit chat video. I figured this is a good time to do this kind of video before all the craziness starts. A couple people are already saying that they've seen like Halloween and fall in stores already. I tried looking. I'll insert a clip of literally the only thing that I've seen, but to be fair, I only went to 2 stores that were like Marshalls or Home Goods. I only went to 2 stores because it is unbelievably hot right now in Portland, Oregon. I don't know how I'm wearing this sweatshirt, but also we keep our house pretty cold. It's I think it's almost 109, 110, and it's supposed to be like 115 today. But yeah, it's really hot. So I only went to 2 stores and I'm like stocking everything online. I know At Home is putting out a lot right now, but my closest At Home is 2.5 hours away. It's practically like 15 minutes from Seattle. So I don't know if I'll be going there this year. I went last year and it was really disappointing, but last year's a whole nother story. But maybe I'll go, I don't know. That's over a 4-hour drive in one day to turn around, but it is for Halloween shopping. But I think I'm gonna wait till I see a couple more videos of what they're doing and then also shop it online, and then maybe I'll decide if I want to go. But I have all of you guys' questions right here. They're on my iPad. I screenshot them because I film on my phone. But let's get started. These questions are kind of random. Some of them, I think some of them are, or maybe all of them are fall related. But the first one is, would you rather Reese's or Hershey's? Reese's all the way. I don't know why I paused to think about that. Like, that's not even a question. But anyways, yes, Reese's all the way. Also, something else I'm going to talk about in this video are plans that I may have for fall, and also the planner that I've been designing on my iPad. Hopefully that will be releasing, I don't want to put a date on it because I really don't know, but it's not for it doesn't start until January 2022, so there's no big rush for it. I'll probably do a pre-sale in the fall, and then you guys should receive it in December. Fingers crossed, that's what I'm hoping for. But the next question is, how does one acquire a day-to-day witchy look? Well, it's gonna kind of depend on what you define as a witchy. It's gonna kind of depend on what you describe as a witchy look. Like, when you think witchy look, is it always gonna be long kind of capes and sweaters, or is it more towards lace and, you know, everything that's got like a bat wing? So it kind of depends on how you define witchy. There's many different ways to do it. I mean, for me, I think anything like all black, any type of like wool hat, whether it's rounded at the top like I always wear, or whether it has a point on it. I think lace is always a good fit for like a witchy kind of look. Also, I think the whole bat wing thing, like most of my sweaters, like they do have like, you know, the little bat wing kind of look to them. But it just kind of depends on how you define it, and maybe you define it by a certain era. Maybe you like dressing more towards like, I don't even really know, like Victorian goth or something. But it kind of depends on what you describe as a witchy look. Next question, best place to get Halloween socks? Target. Almost all of my Halloween socks are from Target, whether they're from that front section, I don't know what they call it anymore, that front section, or if they're from like the $3-5 section that's actually like in the socks section that they like style out that end cap. Target all the way. I think almost all my Halloween socks are from Target. All right, next question. What is your favorite food and favorite Starbucks seasonal drink? What is my favorite food and seasonal drink from Starbucks? I think that's what that's supposed to say. It's kind of hard to say. I don't really venture off too much during the fall. Like, I've tried the creme brulee, which I can't remember if that's Christmas or fall, but that one's okay. Say, honestly, if I answered this 100% honest, during the fall, if I go to Starbucks, which I don't go too often, I will get a pumpkin spice latte. Like, I do go the first day that, you know, they put them out, which is usually the end of August, but after that, if I go, that's what I'll get. And I'll get that through the end of the year. The only other drink that I get there a lot would be a caramel macchiato or a peppermint white chocolate mocha, which you can get all year, but it's not visibly on the menu until Christmas. But I usually always get hot drinks too. Like, I'm definitely not gonna go to Starbucks today when it's unseasonably hot and get a hot coffee, but in the fall, that's what I do. All right, and then the second part of the question is favorite food. I think you mean favorite Starbucks food. I don't really eat the food too much at Starbucks, but the tomato mozzarella panini is really good, and also their pumpkin bread is really good too. Next question. Ooh, I like this one. What's something fall-ish you couldn't do last year because of the pandemic but can this year? This one's a good one, but it's also kind of hard because I feel like in some way I did everything that I wanted to do last year, but it wasn't necessarily the way I wanted to do it. Like, I still went to Salem, I still did my East Coast trip. My sister and I flew into Boston, stayed there. We did Salem one day, we did Boston one day, and then we drove up to New Hampshire. We stayed in the White Mountains. Come to find out, we were there on the busiest weekend of the year, and we were called leaf peepers because I guess that's what they call people that go up there that time of the year, because that's definitely what we were doing up there. I was searching high and low for those leaves. So I'm pretty sure I did everything that I wanted to do last year. I still went to the pumpkin patch. It was really, really warm that day. I wish I didn't have to wear a mask. What else? I don't really do haunted houses. This surprises a lot of people, but I don't actually like to be scared. Like, I love Halloween, spooky things, scary movies, but I don't physically like to put myself in that situation. I just get too much anxiety, and I don't really want people touching me or like getting close to touching me. I don't know, it's really weird, but the older I get, the more and more I'm like, I'm not doing a haunted house. What's something that I couldn't do? Oh, I think not to make this question even longer, but something that I would have wanted to do would have been I would have wanted to be able to go to this other pumpkin patch that I didn't get to go to, because we go to the same one every year, but I wanted to do multiple, and that just wasn't going to happen last year because of COVID, and there was just so many rules, and it was weird because it was outside. But that, and then the other thing would be maybe do like one of the haunted tours that were in downtown Portland, which is more of a historic kind of haunted tour, not necessarily like a haunted house kind of tour thing. That was not running last year. I don't even think it's running right now. I think they do it all year round, but I don't even think it's open right now. We still have so many COVID rules in Oregon, but supposedly we're getting rid of all of them on the 30th, so we'll see. That was the longest answer in the world. I hope I answered it, but let's go to the next question. Do you still trick or treat? No, I do not. I mean, I guess I could get away with it if I actually wanted to, but I don't really see the point, because it's like I've had my years and I don't want to take that away from anyone else. And then I don't have any nieces or nephews, and I don't have any friends that have kids up here that are old enough to trick or treat. But I mean, if I went with like a little kid, I might during the day, but yeah. I don't trick or treat anymore. Next question. Favorite place to visit during the fall? Pretty much everywhere. So growing up in California, everything that is like fall related that you would think that you could do isn't as easily accessible. Everything is very far away, and everything costs a lot of money out there. So like going to a pumpkin patch, you pay just to park your car, and then you pay to get in, and it's just ridiculous. But my favorite places would have to be Halloween Town, which is the exact same film location that they used in the Disney movie Halloween Town. It's in St. Helens, Oregon. I like to visit there in the fall, and then just pumpkin patches in general, I think, would be my favorite. Have you been to Salem, Massachusetts? We are going in the spring of 2022. Well, congratulations, you're going to love it. And I kind of answered this question a little bit before, but yes, I have been to Salem. I went last year. It was fun. We only spent one day, and I'm glad that I took the advice that one of my friends gave me, that you really only need one day to do Salem, because it's the truth. I went last year with my sister. It was like a joint birthday celebration because our birthdays are in August and September, and I turned 30 last year, so we did plan this trip about 6 months to a year pre-pandemic, and then we had to finish planning it and change it while we were in the middle of everything. I'm glad we did it. It has its ups and its downs, but it was still a lot of fun. Salem was a lot of fun too. You did have to wear a mask the whole time, but I mean, it's okay. We made do with it. It wasn't that hot, so it wasn't that uncomfortable. And I actually kind of liked it because there wasn't, like, I could actually move around and walk around without feeling like I was gonna bump into somebody, because it didn't really get busy until like 6 p.m. and I went there in the morning time. Like, I think we got there around 10 a.m. that day because I wanted to do everything during the day, and then we wanted to end the day with like going to get a few drinks and like birthday dinner at the rooftop bar. I think it's at the Salem rooftop bar, I'm not sure, but all of it is on my Instagram and everything, all my highlights. There's a highlight for it. I actually might do a whole video talking about Salem and that whole trip, because my intention was to vlog it, but I didn't vlog it because it was just too hard with like all the rules, the regulations, on top of just the normal you can't film in here kind of rules. It was a lot, and then you had to wear a mask the whole time, so I'm like, I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to hear me. And then at the same time, I wanted to be in the moment of it because it was such a meaningful trip to me for many different reasons that I'm not going to go into. But if you guys wanted me to do a whole video on like my tips and, you know, how my trip actually went for Salem and then also Boston, and then I'll also talk about how we ended our trip in the White Mountains and all of that stuff. But if you guys want me to do a video on that, just leave a comment down below and let me know. I'll probably do that maybe in September or October. Maybe, you know what, no, I'll do it at like, let's hope for like end of August and early September. So if any of you guys are going, maybe you could use some of my tips. But yes, I've been to Salem. Sorry, all my answers are really long. I haven't filmed a video in a long time, so I feel like I'm very rambly today, more than normal. Let's see. What made you fall in love with Halloween/fall? That's a good question. I don't think it was anything in particular. I think it just, well, it obviously stemmed from the time of the year. I grew up in Southern California, and when I was younger, there was a little bit of more 4 seasons where it's kind of like really only like 3 seasons now. It doesn't get that cold there, and where I grew up, you would have to see the leaves change, you would have to go up into the mountains that were like 30 to 45 minutes away. So there's nothing like Oregon where like literally the tree right outside my house will change colors. The whole street will change colors. 20 minutes down the road, there's a whole street that changes colors. So I think what made me fall in love with it was, I think, the changing of the season, the colors of the leaves, and just the season in general. And then Halloween, I think I grew into that one because I didn't, honestly, as a kid, did not really love trick-or-treating. Like when I was little, I think I liked it, but then I got to that awkward like 10, 11, 12, and I was like, I felt weird about it. I don't know, I didn't want to go anymore. But I think the older I got, it just became kind of like a lifestyle. But I think it's definitely stemmed from the season, the cooler weather. I'm a cold, rainy weather, cold, crisp, bright Sunday, any day over this nasty heat that's going on outside right now. Quick note, I did not move to Oregon to still have California, Nevada type summers. this is a first and I absolutely hate it. Anyways, that's what made me fall in love with fall and Halloween. Next question. Another person asked favorite place to visit in the fall. I kind of already answered that, but I do like to visit pretty much anything fall related. Anything, any shops, any streets that have trees on them. This year I want to do a picnic. I'm gonna do a fall picnic. That's something that I didn't get to do last year that I wanted to do. It just went too fast. Last year was really hard. Let's see. What are your fall purse and purse essentials? I'll probably do a whole video on this. I only have one fall purse, and it's the Love Paint and Stitches, the pumpkin bag that everybody used to, I know you guys have seen it. I have one of those, and I only use it in the fall only because it's not that convenient for me. It's always falling off my shoulder, and my wallet, I have one of the traditional like long wallets. It hardly fits in there, so I'd have to switch my wallet out, and it just doesn't hold that much for me. So like I'll use it in the fall, like if I were to do like take pictures somewhere or like do a fall themed event, I'll take it with me. But more so, I'm a backpack person. I want all my stuff to be neatly organized in my bag. If I need something, I want it to be in there. But that's actually a good idea for a video. I'll probably do a like what's in my bag, what's in my fall bag kind of video closer to the fall. When I say fall, like that like starts in August for me. If you guys have been around long enough, you know that the weekend, depending on where my birthday falls in August, but it's at the end of August, and usually the day after or that weekend, I completely turn my house into fall. Like once my birthday hits, like everything's done and I start decorating for fall. And then I think that's also because all the stores have all the stuff out. So lots of videos around then. So if I say like closer to the fall, I mean like in a month. So something that I kind of talked about but kind of didn't, but also kind of forgot to talk about, my Halloween planner. So if you guys haven't heard, I am designing a whole planner on my iPad that I'm gonna get printed out and, you know, put into like a book for you guys. And it is 100% Halloween / fall themed planner, everything in it. But it's more than just a planner. It's, you know, the planner part, it has mood tracking, it also has habit tracking, and then space for other things for you guys to put in. And I also added a bucket list, but I only did it for fall because it just seemed right. But I'll talk more about this on a whole video, I think once I have the paper copy in my hand. But make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram, because the Instagram family always finds everything out before YouTube does, because it's just more accessible on Instagram. But that is something that I'm so excited for this fall. I'm excited to show you guys. There is a few like sneak peeks and like previews of it on my Instagram, and there's one TikTok video on it. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited as I am, because I cannot wait to show you this. So those were all of your guys' questions. Some of them were repeated, so I'm not gonna answer them again. But those were most of your guys' questions. I'm very, very excited for this upcoming fall season. And I think mainly because we didn't really get to have one last year. There was a lot of unknowns. Like I said, I still did things because I wasn't gonna not do things, but there was so many rules and what ifs and capacities that there's a lot that I didn't get to do. But this year, I don't know if I'm going to, and I keep going back and forth on it, but I really, really want to go to Disneyland during the fall. I have a couple days off in October. Still to this day, whatever day it is, June, I don't even know what day it is, June 27th, I still don't know what I'm doing that full weekend, but the past 2 years I've had this same weekend off, and I'm gonna do something, whether it's just take time to focus on other things or what, I don't know, but I really want to go to Disneyland, so that's one of my fall plans. I want to go to Disneyland for a weekend or even a day at that point. I want to see the Mickey pumpkin. I haven't been since 2019 and it's killing me. Now, you know, the more that I talk about things, I'm able to answer that question. So to who asked what's one fall thing or Halloween thing I didn't get to do last year, I didn't get to go to Disneyland. There you go, there's your answer. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, my fall plans this year, I want to go to pumpkin patches, I want to go to Halloween Town again, maybe on Halloween, I don't know, we'll see. I also want to possibly go to Disneyland. I want to do a haunted, like, historic tour in downtown Portland. That would be fun, I think. But yeah, as of right now, those are all my plans. I have talked so much in this video. If you guys are still around, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys made it to this point, leave a little pumpkin emoji in the comments down below, so I know that you guys have stuck around. That's amazing. But thank you again. If you guys have any video suggestions or anything that you guys want me to do a video on, just let me know. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. I usually update Instagram more than anything else. I'm starting to do more on TikTok, but there's not that much on there. I typically do Instagram more on my stories and everything. I usually spend most of my time on that. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for this video. I think I've talked your guys' ear off long enough. I'm gonna try to edit this and upload it on the same day because I've been MIA for a very long time. Not that long, maybe like a month or so. But even before that was even longer. But there's just been a lot going on, but the dust is starting to settle. So yeah, since I'm not gonna be doing anything else today outside and I'm pretty much stuck in my house, and not from snow this time, from crazy ass heat, I'm probably gonna edit this video. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more Halloween and spooky videos. Bye.